This video is sponsored by Skillshare. More on that later in the video. Today I'm doing another alternative liquids experiment. This time it's beer. All beer. From the lightest to the darkest. Hi, I'm Sune and I'm a food geek. Today I'm going further in my alternative liquids experiments. Last time I tested water, whey, milk, and beer. Beer was the standout when it comes to taste, so I decided I was going to test an array of beers. The color of beer is measured in degrees Lovibond, or the L scale. The higher the number, the darker the beer. So the beers I'm going to be testing are from the lightest to the darkest. Pilsner, which is a pale lager with only 2 on the L scale. This is also what I used in my previous experiment. The next one up is IPA India Pale Ale with 6 on the L scale. Then we go on to the darker beers. A brown ale with 20 on the L scale. The last one is the darkest beer available, an imperial stout with over 40 on the L scale. All the beers that I'm using are brewed in Denmark. You gotta support your local businesses, right? Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video freelancing, and more. As a member, you get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring videos with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. When I first started out here on YouTube, I had never recorded video, so I didn't really know how to get started. So I joined Skillshare as a member and found some wonderful classes about how to record professional-looking video. Another thing that I didn't have any experience with was talking on camera. I found a class by fellow YouTuber Draw with Jazza where he went through how to relate to people through a camera. I'm a lifelong learner and my creative output is my motivation. Since you watch my channel, I think that may describe you as well. The first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. It's less than $10 a month. I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. The bread that I will be making today is my standard 80% hydrated bread with 80% bread flour and 20% rye flour. The salt is 2% and the inoculation is 20%. For the hydration to stay the same, I've deducted the alcohol from the fluid. Also, I've added a custom ingredient to my bread calculator where you can set the hydration level yourself, so you don't need me to add a preset. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a Patreon. Until the end of November, I'm running a special on a yearly membership where you can get 2 months for free. Thank you. Those were the words. This is the experiment. This is not a recipe, but an experiment. In the description, you can find the links for the formula for each bread. The video shows you how, but it does not go into detail. Have a look at my master recipe if you want to know how to make a sourdough bread with all the details. Link in the description. First, I mix all the ingredients in each dough until all of the flour is hydrated. Then I let the doughs rest for 1 hour. The reason I do this is to develop the gluten. Some people call this autolyse, but as I've mixed everything together, you can't really call it that, but it still develops the gluten. Then I do the first set of stretch and folds. Then the doughs rest for 30 minutes. Then the second set of stretch and folds. I let all the doughs rest for 30 minutes. Then the third set of stretch and folds. After each dough is done, I do a Windowpane test to check the gluten development. Because they all pass, I put them each in a bulking container. Then I put them away and let them grow 25%. People ask for timings all the time, but it depends on a lot of factors like ambient temperature and your starter strength and the flour you use. It can be anywhere from 2 to 8 hours. Just go by the volume. They're all done about the same time, so I proceed by pre-shaping them. Then they rest for 20 minutes on the counter and I proceed to final shape. Each dough gets into a banneton and then into the fridge for about 8 hours. Then about an hour before I plan to bake, I turn my oven on to 260°C, 500F to heat with a baking steel and the baking vessel inside. Today I'm baking in a Challenger bread pan, which I've been using for a while now. I'm planning to do a review on it sometime soon. If you're interested in buying it already, there's an affiliate link in the description. If you buy it, I will get a percentage of that money. So I grab my dough from the fridge. I dust it with rice flour on the bottom to make it easily come off my peel when I put it in the oven. And then I score it. And then I bake it. I put the lid on the pan and then I set my timer for 20 minutes. After the 20 minutes are up, I take off the lid and I place it on a cutting board. Then I turn down the oven to 230°C, 450F and bake for 20 minutes more. Then I grab the bread from the oven, place it on a wire rack to cool. The other 3 breads are baked the exact same way. Now let's cut into them and see the crumb. Here's the one with Pilsner. Nice open crumb. Then the one with IPA. Good looking crumb too. Brown ale. This is darker, almost like whole grain. Nice crumb though. And imperial stout. Wow, this is really dark, like the beer I guess. Great crumb too. Let's see all 4 together. Let's do the Foodgeek sniff and taste test. Hoppy. Wow, that smells great. Bready. Oh, that's a stout. And a quick softness test. Seems comparable. Let's taste. This is really good. Distinct Pilsner taste. I really like that. Oh, good too. Very IPA in the taste. Almost too much. Oh, this one. It really makes the bread taste stand out. You don't taste the beer at all, but it just seems to enhance the taste. I will say this, I'm not much of a stout drinker. The stout really comes out in this one. If you love stout, you will love this bread. So it's very interesting to me that even if I bake the bread how I usually do, it browned much more. I guess it must be the added sugars from the beer. Otherwise, the only real difference is in the taste. So use the exact kind of beer that you like, that complements the grain that you use and for the purpose that the bread is for. The taste is by no means in your face, so it's more of a beer note. Do consider that there will be residual alcohol left in the bread even after baking. I hope you learned something today. See you next time.